Okay, so it's happening. Cool. Quality is terrible. I don't know why I have this webcam, but it is what it is. A little rough, but I don't mind. Just gonna wait and see if anybody pops in. Hmm. I can't talk loudly because everybody is asleep downstairs, and as big as this house is, it does not isolate sound. So they're probably going to be wondering why I'm talking to myself at 10 or 8 in the evening. Well, it's life. That's what happens when you live at home. So, sorry if you've got to turn up the volume in order to hear me, but I can't really talk any louder than this. I might need to get a little closer, but that's about it. Hey, howdy, hey. I know I'm not as lively as I usually am. There's been a lot going on. Should probably see my doctor about getting my depression medication refilled. Oh boy, life. I feel so bad. It's like coming on here to give updates and I'm gonna sound like a Debbie Downer. Just so not my style. What? I will do a Duolingo later. Duolingo is always yelling at me. Do a lesson. Fine. Do a lesson. Just leave me alone. Just gonna see if anybody else shows up. Oh no. I went down. Hello. Hello everyone. Thanks for stopping by so late in the evening. Well, late my time. No, I don't want to do a Duolingo. Leave me alone. I have a streak. I don't have to. I have a streak freeze. I can do my Duolingo later. Ooh, my friend is asking about a chiropractor. I do not know. I would love to go to a chiropractor. I need a chiropractor. But let me tell you, the new job that I have, it's a food service restaurant. I will not name names. But the job I have is a food service place, and it is killing my back like you would not believe. Fun fact, I actually do have scoliosis in my back. It was never, I don't think it still is. I don't think it's severe enough that I would need surgery, but for some reason, the floor that restaurant has, after about, let's say probably after about maybe 5 hours, maybe 6 hours out of an 8 hour shift, 7 hour shift, I am in extreme pain. And my scoliosis is right in between my shoulder blades. So I get a really, really bad pain mostly on my right side, down my back, down my shoulders, shoulder blade. Anatomy. Never took the class. Oh, Jack in a Box? God bless. Wow, 5 years. That's impressive. I can never stay in a place longer than 3 years. I was kind of hoping that my previous job that I got laid off, I could have seen myself staying there for another few years, but corporate takeover, don't we all love it? Yeah, they are. And the sucky part is that I have Skechers sneakers, well, Skechers work shoes, and I have had two separate podiatrists in the past tell me that Skechers are actually the worst brand of shoe for your feet. But I had no job, so I had to get one of the cheaper shoes for a new job, and those were the only ones that they had, so I had no choice but to buy Skechers. Yay! So I don't know if they're part of the problem or if it's just my bad back. Oh, isn't it fun getting older? Yeah, I know there's not a whole lot of you here. I mean, I'm cool with having 4 of you. I don't expect to have like 80, 90 of you on here, especially at this time of night. Well, again, this time of night, my time. I don't know what time it is for the rest of you. You could be on the West Coast for all I know. So, yeah, it's a life update. Let's see, where do I want to start? So, oh, okay, West Coast, nice. So it's 7, a little after 7 o'clock. Cool, awesome, good to know. Never been on the West Coast. There's a few places I wouldn't mind visiting. Thank you. Whoa, tucking my hair back behind my shoulders made it look so short. No, it's grown quite a lot, guys. It's grown quite a lot. So I have my laptop on my bed, and it's down, so I'm like hair in the face. So, all right. Well, okay. Now that there's a couple more of you, okay. Let's see what we can do here. I have no time limit. Guys, I'm emotional, don't. Okay. All right. Let me start. Okay. So the office job that I was working at for over 3.5 years got bought out. It was locally owned, locally owned, and it got bought out by well, my boss signed a deal with a corporation. I can't talk. He signed a deal with a national corporation, and they bought the company. They kept the name, but they owned the company. Well, my former boss did not read the fine print. And this national company, in short terms, said you don't need more than one office personnel, based off of how they run things. And they actually do run things where, even in the big cities, even if they have like, say, 50, 60 employees, they have one person in the office. And we, at the time, only had like, that company, our company wasn't even pushing like 35. We maybe had like 25, 30 people in total, including office and crews and stuff like that. So, um, so they got bought out. They said they only need one office personnel. And so guess who got the short end of the stick? Because the lady who I worked with, she would not let loose. She wouldn't give control up. She wanted to be in control of everything. She wanted to do all the money, all the scheduling, all the HR, all everything. So she wouldn't even give me the time of day to give me a chance to enhance certain skills in certain areas. Now, I'm not like totally never done office work before in my life. I have. So I have some, you know. But obviously, when you have a place that you have to learn a new system or a new way that a calendar is scheduled, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, so I get a little miffed, but I can't get too miffed because my boss, former boss, technically the corporate, they wanted me gone at the beginning of April. And thankfully, he was able to hold on to me until the beginning of June. And I had actually been looking for work, and I tried extra, extra hard at the beginning of the new year. Wasn't getting anything. Kept trying, that's all you can do. Fill stuff out online, ask around, see if anybody knows anything, all that jazz. And so, man, it makes me so depressed to think about it. So had been looking for work, filling out applications, and not getting responses for the most part. I, asked for follow-ups. Nobody would reply. Um, so anywho, in the meantime, I live at home. I live with my mom and my stepfather, and they always make it seem like I'm not doing anything, that I'm not trying, that I'm not. I won't get. They just put me down, and they say things that, oh, well, you don't do this, and I'm like, you don't even know how hard I work. You don't know how hard I've been struggling to find a job, to get a new job, to get benefits. Like I'm paying insurance out of pocket right now because my old job didn't have benefits because it was such a small company. And so I'm still paying for health insurance. It's so stupid. Anyway, so I got a job at a restaurant, a local restaurant, and they claimed all sorts of things. It was new. They were renovating a building. They were going to be opening soon. And time kept going. I went to an orientation. I was like, okay, yeah, this seems really good. I could, it was evenings, so I could go to college, continue my college because I had class during the afternoon. And then after that, I was going to just go to work there in the evenings. If I needed a second job, I was going to get a second job because, obviously more teaching means more chances of moving out, getting a computer, getting a better camera, making better videos. It's like, really, it would be nice to be a creator and to be able to get a lot of monetization online. That's more of a fun job. And then I love watching these old movies. I like learning things. I like hearing you guys and your inputs and suggestions and all that. But moving on. So, and that's another thing that my mother, she's like, yeah, you should do YouTube. That's really cool. That sounds, that's interesting. And da, da, da. And yet she gets mad, and my stepdad too, they get mad whenever it's like, well, why are you in your room? Why are you not doing this and doing that? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, because I have to watch a movie and edit a video in order to get videos out on this channel so that way I can, get things done and be able to monetize. I've explained the laws and rules and regulations that YouTube requires. And I'm sure people have left because they are just they don't want to hear me whining. And I am whining a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so local restaurant kept promising things, nothing came of it. I had nobody call me, nobody text me back. I was technically hired. I did all my paperwork and everything. So they hired me. They said, yeah, you do this and that. And then after training day, training day was basically eating food. I was supposed to be a dishwasher. I wasn't doing server or anything like that. And I have no shame in saying, yeah, be a dishwasher. It's a hard job. Everybody's job is important. And they never told me when to come in. And I kept asking during the training day, aren't I supposed to be in the kitchen? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you're fine. And the chef told me that we'll let you know when you come back in. Okay, well, a day goes by, 2 days go by, 3 days go by. After the second day, I even texted the owner and I said, "Hey, when am I supposed to come in?" No reply, nothing. And then the following week, later in the day, they were like, "Hey, where are you? You're supposed to be here at 3 o'clock. It's 3:07. Have you not gotten a text from anybody?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. Like, you all are terrible at communication." So I decided, at that point, I had gotten hired at the job I'm currently at. So I was basically just telling them, "Screw you. I'm going to go to this other job." Because I was going to be promised at this current job that I was going to be like some sort of shift lead and get $17 an hour starting out, which for me is really good. And my paperwork says I'm a shift lead. The online stuff says I'm a shift lead. Everything says shift lead. And then they go, "Oh, you start at 14 an hour." Excuse me? ¿Por qué? Nani? Why? But, oh, well, you've actually been hired as just a regular team member. And then if you like it, you can be hired as a team lead. Crazy people don't say, "What? That is not what you promised me." And now I would have fought a little bit more, but because I have been unemployed for almost 2 full months, I'm like, well, I can't risk saying no and lashing out at these people. So I was like, okay, well, you hired me as full time, so 14 an hour, full time hours, we'll make it work. We had our first week last week. Do you want to know how many hours they gave me? 14. Not 440. Not 4D. 14. Teen. Teen. And this week I have 17. How is that full time? And I have a friend who used to work at this place, and she's like, "Are you kidding me? That's crazy. I'm not entirely surprised, but that's crazy." And then everybody else that she knows that know people who work there or have worked there, they're all like, "That is crazy, but I'm not surprised." And I'm not saying that I never knew certain things about this place. I did hear things, but you just always hope for the best, right? Like, I don't, I mean, oh yeah, I'm gonna get screwed, but I don't think I'm gonna get screwed that bad. Well, look at where we are now. We got screwed that bad. And my stepfather thinks I have all this money, and yes, I live at home. And yes, beforehand, when I had a more steady income, I was helping pay some of the bills, which, duh, fair, makes sense, right? Well, now he's expecting me to pay some of the bills again, and I haven't had an income. I've had unemployment, but unemployment only pays you so much. And between my health insurance, my car insurance, my car payment itself, my phone bill, and groceries, I still buy a lot of my own groceries, gas. Yeah, you really think I'm going to pay your $200 electric bill? No, it ain't happening. I'm not even getting paid from this current job for another week. Like, I don't get paid until next Friday. And it's gonna be crap. So I'm extremely stressed out. I've still been applying to jobs. I had gotten interviews at places. Like, I had a dental office interview last Monday where I thought, man, this went great. Great benefits, great hours. From, oh man, the pay is fantastic. Like, yes, I've had dental office experience before, and they used the system that I used before. So I know, and blah, 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 blah. They were ghosting me. And I had to basically, like, force them on Indeed Messenger to get an answer of, did I get this job or not? And they finally said, no. And they did the stupid copy and paste generic answer of, well, we've decided to go with another employee that fit the needs better of what we needed. And so I said, okay, what needs are that? I had the availability, I had the experience. I'm 95% a pleasant person. I do have that 5% where I get a little, and they've not answered me. They won't answer me. Because what I got them to tell me a better fit was I asked them, I said, is there something can you give me feedback on my interview? And I've done this before, and no matter how many times you ask companies or anybody, hey, so I didn't get the job. Can you give me some feedback? Are there skills that I didn't possess? Is there something I needed to improve on? Did I say something wrong? Ooh. I need this in so I can make sure I don't have my talking too loud because everybody's asleep. And nobody wants to answer. Everybody either wants to say, generic copy and paste of, we just had somebody who fit better needs. Your interview was fine. Well, clearly my interview was not fine because you all didn't hire me. Now you're just making me feel like, and I have anxiety and depression, you make me feel like I screwed up and I'm not worth it. I'm worthless. That's what you make me feel like when you don't tell me. So I'm just, and everybody's like, I guess that's the norm. And I'm like, I refuse to accept that as the norm of how companies and employers talk to people or lack thereof talking. That's rude. That's unacceptable. And then I've been stressed out at the current job. I've been trying to find a better job. I have another interview tomorrow. It's local, so I don't have to drive far. 17 an hour is what they're advertising. We'll see how that goes. And on top of that, sorry. On top of that, I lost my grandfather last night. I said I wasn't gonna cry. So, sorry. I really said I wasn't gonna get emotional, but I've just had a lot going on. And, yeah, I knew it was gonna happen soon. He hadn't been well for a while. But, yeah. So my grandfather passed away, and it's been hard. Okay. The one good thing is he planned on being cremated, so we don't have to worry about having to rush up and have a funeral, especially with my work situation and lack of income. So that's a plus. Sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry. I've been needing to let it out. Thank you. We've had a lot of family issues in the past, so we were overall patched up. So that's a good thing. It's not like we were on bad terms. And I'm also thankful that the last time that I talked to him was on FaceTime, and he was in pretty good spirits. He was starting to have more signs of dementia, so he was getting a little confused, but for the most part, at least I have a happy last memory, and I've been thankful for that. I've had for him, and this is my mom's dad, and then my dad's dad, my dad's mom, my Nana, when she passed away, 2 years ago? 2 years ago this December. I had a good memory with her too. Like I didn't want to see her on her deathbed. So I told my dad, I said, no, Dad, I have a good last memory. I don't need a bad last memory. So, yeah. So I only have one grandparent left. That's what happens when you get older. Yeah, it's very difficult. And I was very close. I was very close with him growing up. And just thinking about the last few years of what we've had to put up with is it's you know it's been hard. So you take the good times with the bad, as they say, right? Darn it. Okay, no more sad. Yeah. So the job situation is very difficult right now. It's also difficult living at home when there's like no privacy. As big as this house is, it's very the sound carries in this house. Like right now, even though I'm trying to whisper, everybody's asleep because it's 10:33 at night. I don't know how much of me they can hear because my mom and stepdad's room is like right below me. So I don't know how loud I really am. I have a very projected voice to begin with, so I don't hear how loud I truly am until somebody else points it out. But yeah, so I get no privacy. So I mean, it's awkward enough when you're trying to film, and it's even more awkward when other people can hear you, especially when you're a movie reactor and they just hear silence, and then all of a sudden you could hear somebody going, "Oh my gosh." So that's why it was nice before when I was in the shed, the craft shed. But now we don't have the craft shed because we moved. Uh, we moved into my stepdad's parents' house, and the one good thing is that their house is directly behind our other house. The only bad side is our other house where we were at is now being occupied by some of his relatives and family, and now they have also taken over the craft shed. So I have nowhere to film. I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to set up my stuff except for like the floor of my bedroom, which is actually a mess right now. My room is so messy right now. I'm so glad you guys can't see anything. So I have nowhere to film. And because I have no privacy, I can't, yeah, like, so thank you, like hugs. So I tried filming, um, I can't remember if I was trying to film, if I filmed before I got laid off or if after I got laid off. Oh, cancer. Oh, bless you. Yeah, that, yeah, I want to remember them at their best. I totally agree with that. Um, yeah, so reaction, I can't remember if I did a reaction before, or I filmed one before or after I got laid off. And I think it was after. I think it was like a week after I got laid off because I was like, okay, I've got all this time, however long it takes to get a job. I'm going to work on the YouTube channel and I'm going to, do what I can, get monetized, and that way I can have even the tiniest little bit of income. And I like doing this. I didn't really start it to make money, it's just a perk if it ends up being the case. So whether or not I was going to get monetized, I still wanted to do it. But then when you have no job, it's like, okay, yeah, now I need more monetization. um, but I was filming, and the no privacy part comes into play with the story because my I was watching the movie, and I won't say which movie because maybe in the future I'll try to rewatch it because at this point, I was so not in the right headspace to begin with when I filmed it, so I don't even remember half of the movie. I've just been meh. But while I was filming, my mom and stepdad decided, hey, we're gonna get some chicks. We're gonna get some chickens, baby chickens, because we have some chickens, and they wanted more chickens. And they're like, we're just gonna get some chickens. And I was shocked because my mom is usually like ABCD planner. Like she does not do a whole lot of things spontaneously. She's like, nope, we're gonna start with a plan, times, locations, all that jazz. They just went out, they bought these chicks. We had no equipment, no feed, no nothing. I was like, what the heck did you all do? So when they bought the chicks, they brought them back to the house and then went out to get food and supplies and all that. And I'm like, huh? So I got interrupted watching my movie to react to and had to sit for like a span of 2 hours helping with the chicks, watching the chicks. And so by the time that I got back to finish the reaction, I was like, I don't even remember what's happening. Like, I don't remember. I lost the groove in the movie. So I came back and, like, the last, I think I had like an hour left of the movie. And it was late at night. And I was just like, I'm trying. I'm going to go for it. And then I tried editing and I wasn't doing well. I was depressed. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll have to edit it when I'm on a better mental note. And then time kept going on and going on, more unemployed, finding a job, being harassed to find a job, blah, blah, blah. And so then by the time I came back to the reaction, I'm sitting at my computer and I'm just like, this isn't my best. It's not one of my bests. And I didn't want to give you guys a half-assed reaction video. Even if I ended up finishing the edit, I was just like, no, they don't deserve that. I started out okay, not great, because and then I got interrupted with the whole chicks thing, and it didn't look good. So I was just like, no, that's not fair to you guys. Let's do better. So, but because I have been just kind of nagged at about getting work and getting things done and all that, haven't been able to sit down and even attempt any sort of reaction. And I feel bad because my friend Emily, shout out to Emily if she's watching or will watch later, she sent me a text the other day and she was like, hey, I have a great idea for your channel. I was like, oh, what's that? She's like, maybe for like October for the spooky season, you should watch the old episodes of The Twilight Zone. They're short, it's the TV show, and then that way you can get stuff out and an old show, and da-da-da. I was like, that's a great idea. And of course, I'm sitting here thinking, when am I going to be able to film that? Unless I can really convince my family, get off my back, let me try YouTube. So I am in a very not well mental state. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything, harmful to myself or anything like that. I'm not that bad. I guess mine is more just disappointment. Disappointment in the situation at my current job, with myself. Because you start questioning yourself whether, am I good enough? Am I doing things right? Where did I mess up? What could I have done to have made this less stressful? And, and then I go back to, well, I'm not meant to know. I'm going to move you guys. I'm sitting cross-legged right now and I can't. Well, thank you. try not to have the light in you guys. Like I said, I have to whisper and my parents are asleep. So, let's not talk about the sad stuff anymore. But I'm glad you guys that have come on and who will be watching later have come on. Just, even if you don't have an actual voice to hear, it's nice to have people to talk to. So, we're going to try and get another new job. Hopefully it's better paying. Hopefully I can get all that. Chicago. Oh, lovely. I even set up GoFundMe's months before I got laid off of work. And of course, I have had no donations. You liked the Robin Hood? Thank you. I saw how many views that have gotten. I haven't looked at my channel in a month. And it's been crazy. You guys have been wonderful for that. Thank you. So I'm going to try and make sure I can eventually get some more out for you guys. It's just been very hectic here. Why are you awake at 3:40 in the morning? God bless you. I am not a night owl. Although, during my unemployment here, I have had more than one occasion where I have actually gone to sleep either around or after 1 o'clock, which is a very, very, very rare thing for me to do. I am usually in bed by now, which is 10:43 at night. Yeah, bringing up baby. We don't talk about bringing up baby. I was so disappointed in that movie. I thought it was going to be so much better. But I made it through. I do this for you all. Indonesia? Wow. Well, now you guys are making me happier. Yay. Yeah, if you guys scroll back and watch all the other stuff, it's been rough. I know that, guys, when I say I have got a list of movies to watch, I'm not even kidding. There is just so many. I probably have a list of 50, 60 movies that I would love to react to and watch on this channel. My mother, I think I'm driving my mother crazy because there are so many times where she's like, "Oh, this movie, we should watch this." And it's like a movie from the 50s or something. I'm like, "No, mother. I might want to react to that on my channel." And then she's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, and if you all would just let me have the time to do a reaction instead of nagging at me, being like, you don't do anything." I'm sorry, I'm trying to look for work and suffer through a job that lied to me, saying I'd be guaranteed full time as a superior, and I'm not. And I was saying earlier, I only got 14 hours for my first week at my current job. I am pissed. So anyway. Move to earlier sleeping hours? No, dude, I have always been an early sleeper. From the times I've with a wee lass to even now, I'm usually in bed between 9 and 10 o'clock. It is a strange occurrence if somebody sees me or hears me up past midnight. Ooh, favorite actor or actress from the golden age? Hi, nice to see you too. Let's see. Favorite actor or actress? That's a toughie. As of right now, just because I've not seen too many movies, I think my favorite actor has been Jimmy Stewart. Who knows? That could change after watching more movies. I don't know, but yeah, Jimmy Stewart. And an actress. Oh yeah. Cagney. Oh, good. Yeah, John Wayne. Yeah, there's a few John. That's gonna be one of my challenges. I Nobody hate me. I don't like westerns. I don't. I don't know why. I'm just one of those people where I am not a huge western person, but I have. How many have I seen? Well, if we're talking about the golden age of Hollywood, I've seen probably none. I have not seen. I've never seen a John Wayne movie. I know. Hold your gasps. I've not seen a John Wayne movie. Um, I've not seen any Clint Eastwood. Uh, any West? Have I seen any westerns? Um, I'm really thinking here. Rango, if that counts. Um, I did see. I don't think I saw the whole thing. I think I saw like the middle and end of the remake. I think it's a remake of 310 to Yuma with Christian Bale. And is it Russell Crowe? Christian Bale and Russell Crowe? That's the version I've seen, or bits of it. Um, Shop Around the Corner is my first video on the channel. So I have done the Shop Around the Corner. So check out the first video, man. It was my first reaction, and it's very awkward watching it. The Quiet Man. Oh, my mom did recommend The Quiet Man. I think I have maybe watched a clip of The Quiet Man, but I've never seen it all the way through. I am a saved Christian, so I know Jesus very well. Bale and Crow. Yeah, classic westerns. Yeah, they've definitely got a different feel to it. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck, that was who was in. I watched it. I didn't just watch it. I watched it on the channel. Uh, 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 I don't even remember my videos, guys. Let me. Oh my gosh, that's sad. What was that Christmas movie? Night to Remember? Yeah, isn't that what I watched? Guys, tell me what I watched. I don't even know my videos. Ooh, oh, I kind of like slow burns. Oof, so many things to add to the list. Yeah. Yeah, my mom is very interesting. She likes uh the Magnificent Seven, and I find it interesting because I know it's based off of Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, and I have seen Seven Samurai, but it's been a long time. Maybe one day with better equipment, I'll do a rewatch. But yeah, I find it funny that she has no idea, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's based off of Seven Samurai, Mom. She's like, what? I explained it to her, and I'm like, yeah, there's also an anime based on it, which I am an anime nerd, so I have seen Samurai 7. Ooh, so westerns back then were a little bit more, oh, interesting. Oh, that's right, Jimmy Stewart's in westerns. Oh, well, then I'll have to check them out. Ooh, Stagecoach. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if also for a lot of movies, because there are some where I've seen the remakes, but I've not seen originals. So I think it'd be interesting if I did like comparisons. Like one week I watch the old one, and the next one I watch a remake, and then I do a comparison of the two. I'm actually not under 30, I'm over 30. I am much older than that. And I got the good stuff. I don't watch all the generic anime. I got the hidden gems that I tell people titles and they go, "What is that?" I'm like, "How do you not know?" Stallone. Ah, see, that's where I also need to do, if I can get the channel rolling, is Modern Mondays. I know everybody's been asking about Modern Mondays, and it's like, first of all, this is mostly going to be Golden Age of Hollywood. We're going to be old school for the most part. But eventually, I would like to, every now and then, put in a more modern movie in, because I was born in the 90s and I watched a lot of cartoon animated Disney. I didn't watch a whole lot of live action when I was a kid. So there are still like some 90s, 80s movies, even 70s movies that I'm like, I've never seen it, never heard of it, don't know. So there's just so many things I want to do for the channel. I just don't have the resources. My camera only films 30 minutes at a time, which is so much fun. I don't have a program that screen records and with the audio for the movies, so I have my ways of getting the movies. And then I just would love to have a better camera, but again, ching ching. And a better computer, because my laptop does not have a whole lot of space, because obviously didn't think I was going to be doing all this on a laptop. Oh yes, the age of Disney none shall speak of. I know there's a name for it. It's not like the Disney Depression. Yeah, I grew up with Renaissance Disney, so I had The Lion King, Little Mermaid, Beauty and Beast. Ah, that's right. That's what it was called. Ooh, okay. Well, then that will make me a little bit more interested in the Westerns, because I like a movie that is not too cliche and predictable. I really like movies that have a little more twist to it in the story. And I tend to like anticlimactic endings for the most part. There can be occasions where I'm like, no, I don't like it. But yeah, I like when I don't know what's going to happen in a show or a movie, because after a while, when you've watched as many movies as I have watched, it's like, oh, there he goes. He's going to chase her. He's going to run to her, tell her he loves her. He can't be without her. Oh, they're kissing in the rain. Okay. Oh, the man killed that guy. They blew up the building. Now they're out for revenge. Like, it's nice when you kind of go, oh, he was the villain the whole time. Ooh, okay. Well, then you guys are pleading a very good case. You are making me more intrigued on trying out my westerns. I'm going to have to add more to my list. I just need a place to record, because I don't have privacy. And both of my parents don't work, so they're in the house all the time. Well, that's true. I don't know if I meet the criteria yet where I can do that. I know I've met the subscriber count for monetization, but I haven't met the watch minutes, watch hours for it. So that's why I can't monetize on my videos just yet. But I wonder if the button would be the same. And I would kind of feel bad asking you all to do membership when I haven't really had a whole lot going on the channel yet. I get guilty. I feel guilty. Well, that's true. Patreon. I'd have to figure out what I would do on the Patreon, because I don't have my files from all my previous videos, because since my laptop only has so much space on it, I have to delete a video not long after it's done when I make a new one. So like if I made, like I do still have my Robin Hood file, but of course if I did a new video, say tomorrow, I'd have to delete Robin Hood. I do edit my own reactions. I do. Yeah, it stinks. I know. My life is a novel. It's a sad Jane Austen novel. Hey, where was me? I love Jane Austen. What's the other thing? Anyway, I'm a book nerd too. Yeah. So I know there are people who would probably say, I can help you edit. And editing's not the problem necessarily, it's the lack of privacy to do the reaction to film it. Because this house is not soundproof. You can hear a lot even across the way. I can hear them talking downstairs in the kitchen almost as clear as day. So I know that if they would hear me. I did get an external hard drive. I do have all of my saved final files, like all the final edited videos. I have those saved on a hard drive, and I also have the original audio saved on the hard drive. So, worst comes to worst, at least I have that. So, I do have a little bit of a backup. It would just be nice to, have a proper desktop. Well, you guys have been giving me good reasons to watch westerns, so I will add some to my list. I live in the country, technically. We don't even have sidewalks on the streets. Oh, I do love Stanley Tucci. He's awesome. Yeah, there's just a lot of modern movies. I've just seen a lot of modern movies. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll make sure to add that movie to my list, Nomad. Yes, it does. Good equipment does make it better. My camera is. Where is my camera? Oh, it's on my nightstand. I have neighbors. I mean, I'm not like country hillbilly, but in the boonies. But yeah, we have neighbors. Yes, yes, it is. It's my parents, and they get mad at me. They're the contradicting type, where yes, it's very interesting that you want to make a YouTube channel and that you should do it and that'd be great. That sounds amazing. And then when I say I would like to do a reaction video, you need to be doing something else. You need to be helping around the house. You need to be doing this. You need to be looking for another job. No, 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 no. Okay. I would love to have something out for spooky season, whether that's horror movies from the golden age. Like, I know I want to see the original House of Wax with Vincent Price because I've seen the remake from the early 2000s. Abandoned train station. Um, no. There's train tracks, but no train station. Closest train stations, I think, are in a city that's like 35 minutes from here, but they've renovated into a restaurant, so missed that opportunity. I have seen, as far as Hitchcock, I have seen Psycho, and oh crap, I'm blanking. I haven't seen Rear Window. I do want to see that. What is the other Hitchcock film? Oh, The Birds. I've seen The Birds like maybe over 12 times. Uh, I have friends, but they're married, so it'd kind of be awkward third wheeling in their house. Most of my friends either are married or they live with their parents. It's a rough economy. But family, no, I don't. My most of my family live in Virginia, near Washington D.C., and I live in Tennessee. And yeah, and then I also have like my dad. He's in Florida, so yeah. Just yeah. Kiss me, Kate. Ooh, Kiss Me Kate. What year is that? That sounds interesting. 3D. You know, I forget that they've actually had 3D movies a lot farther back than I realized. Okay, so, alright, so probably with Hitchcock, yeah, I think I've only seen Psycho and the Birds. I don't think I've seen anything else, honestly. Wednesday West, oh, that's a good idea. If I can get a nice proper upload schedule, that'd be fantastic. Modern Mondays, Western Wednesday. Wait, where's my book? Write this down. I don't know my notebook, but I'll get my planner. That's a great idea. Now I have to sit like this. Oh, there's 2 other Tennesseans. Interesting. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. 1954. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back through this chat and make my notes. Hold. Western Wednesday. Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh, it is Wednesday. That's right. Happy Wednesday, Rabbit. Happy Wednesday. Does anybody remember that from the classic Winnie the Pooh? I love the classic Winnie the Pooh. Alright, there we go. Oh, interesting. I have to see if I'm close to anybody. Maybe. Tennessee is a long state. It's just yeah, I used to only have to drive 5 hours to see my dad in Virginia, and then he moved to Florida and he doubled the time. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Now I have to drive almost 10 hours to see. Oh, Chattanooga? That's a few hours away from me. I've never been to Chattanooga. Farthest, I've gone to Nashville at least once, but I'm not from Tennessee, so I haven't ventured out very far because I have no money. That'd be nice. That's one of the things I always wanted to do with a better income, is just get out more. Not necessarily have to travel from east to west, but just to be able to say, yeah, I can go 2 hours away and actually have money left over for when I do that. Such is a struggle. I have a GoFundMe up for getting my car paid off because my car payment is the biggest expense right now. OBS or Prism? What that? I don't know what that is. Well, 11:05. Rock Hut. Oh, ooh, okay. Second. Make sure to add that to the long list as well. Man, if I can get back into the swing of things, hopefully. I wonder which movie I should start back with. That's going to be a fun selection. Well, there's a lot. With my mother, she says things, but she doesn't commit about anything, really. She kind of has thought about it, but she doesn't want to be on camera. Cat fight, cat fight. I bet I know who it is. I bet it's our cat Fluffy. But she's chasing. She better not be chasing the cat in the basement. We'll be mad at her. Sorry, distracted. No, my mom doesn't like being on camera. But I have tried to persuade her that I could manage to do it without having her actually be on camera. So, maybe one day, if they'll actually let me film a reaction. Yeah, it's true. That's what they say about the money. Yeah, it's funny. I don't have like a proper email for the channel. I just have my Gmail. You mean like the movies? Mm, some of them, yeah. I just don't have money to do it if I have to pay for it. I've had no income for, well, I've had no job for about 2 months. I have, but they condescend themselves where they say, yeah, that's a good idea. You should do it. You should do it. And then when I try to do it, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, trying to make a living. What do you think I'm doing? They've always been like that. It doesn't change. It's not like this is a new thing. They just old and set in their ways, I guess. Like summertime, my stepdad is constantly like, we need to mow the grass. We need to mow the grass. I'm like, technically, no. You just mowed it yesterday. It's fine. So, but he's got relatives living in our old house. So that helps a little bit with the mowing, but they still just are like, they always see watching a movie as sitting around doing nothing. Like, I don't think they fully understand that technically with all of this, it's a job. It can become a job, a full-time job. And I don't think they just fully understand that. And I keep telling them, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to make money off of my videos if I don't get more out there and, get the minutes. I have the subscriber count, I just don't have the minutes, the watch minutes, hours, or whatever they call it. But it's just like kind of, they don't fully comprehend it. Because when I tell them that, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah. And then I try, and then, no, they'll never understand. Yes, Arsenic and Old Lace. I do have that on my list. I do, I do, I do. And it's Cary Grant, so I know I'll like it. I know, I know. Yeah, true. I am the first YouTuber in the family. Yeah, they don't get it at all. They think they're kind of the same with school. So some of you may not know, I tried going back to college this last fall, and I did my fall semester and this past spring semester. And I was going to go back this fall because I would like to have a degree, be nice that if for some reason YouTube doesn't become a thing for me, I can have a career outside of YouTube. And my mom doesn't even understand that. She's like, well, why are you going to school? I'm like, to get a degree. You need a job. Well, okay, I can get a job, but I'm looking for a career. Does that make sense? I don't want to be stuck at a job where I'm making 15 an hour, where I could be getting a career where I'm making, you know, almost twice that amount. Again, they contradict themselves. And it's like, I need to go to school and get an education and expand my skills and my knowledge. Now, do I believe that there are some parts of college that are a scam? Yes, but we won't get into that. Um, yeah, I've been wanting to do a lot of the classic TV shows too. I did watch Bewitched when I was a kid, but not on a regular, so I honestly would not remember any of the episodes. And I've never seen it from start to finish, so that would be a very interesting TV journey. But yeah, my mom's always been like that, contradicting herself. Where she's like, "You can, no, you can't. Yes, no, yes, no." My dad, not my stepdad. My stepdad's like my mom. My dad. Uh, he, I, I think he kind of understands. I think with my dad, if you have a very well thought out plan to say, okay, here's my, like, if you have like your 5 year plan and say, okay, from here to there, this is where I'm going to do, try to get to where this part and blah, blah, blah. And he'll be like, okay, I will wish you the best on your endeavors. Do what you can. And he wouldn't bother me. But my mom, on the other hand, it's never enough. I'm like, well, there are some things I have to do to make it enough, but it's stuff that you don't want me to do. But tough cookies, gotta happen. So that's, I just realized I'm like, I'm in my bed. I don't know, I'm starting to get tired. Just a little bit. I think I might like watch some Netflix crime documentaries and then go to bed. I don't have to work tomorrow because I only have 17 hours of work this week. Hate my current job. I won't name names. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's basically right. Like my mom didn't graduate college. She went to community college. Um, Same with my dad. He didn't graduate college. He's got some credits and all that, but my dad was more successful in his career. My mom was a single mother. Uh, my dad had me and my sister on the weekends growing up, and so I think she just has. It's almost like she has a, I don't know, this like a fear of me having a similar path. But I'm like, Ma, I'm in my mid 30s. I have no boyfriend, no marriage, no kids. Like, this is a different world we live in. Different life. It's like how for the longest time my dad actually was mad at me that I didn't go to college right out after high school. I did community college because I had to, and then I stopped. And he's like, "You need to go back to school." I'm like, "I'm not ready for it." And I'm like, "Ready in my 30s. It's never too late." I'd say some people are just late bloomers. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Still don't fully know what I want to do, but it is what it is. I just want, I just would love to get enough money, pay off my debts, like so, pay off my cars. Cars? I only have one car, singular, one car. I want to pay off my car. I want to pay off my credit card because I had to accumulate some money on that since I haven't been able to work for a while. So I want to pay off my credit card. I want to pay off my car. I want a job that has benefits so I'm not paying health insurance out of pocket. I like to save up money. I want to get my own house. That's the other thing. And well, thankfully not right now because the market is a little. But I want my own house. Good for you. Good for you getting your associates. Excellent. Yeah, it's never too late. I just know financially not gonna happen right now. So now after 1 year, college is on hiatus, which my dad is very upset. He's very disappointed, but he gets it. He understands because he's a little more straightforward. So, anyway, that's what OBS and Prism are. Screenshot that. Let me screenshot what you just said so that way I can look at it later. Ta-da! Yep, that is definitely what a job is. And right now, the current job I have, I really can't stand it because they lied to me. They lied. But yeah, all right. It's been over an hour, and it is 11:06. It's excuse me. It's 11:17 at night. I am just starting to get a little tired. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on here, explain some things in case anybody who came in late missed something. Can always go back and I explain a couple other things of what's been going on. I will still keep you guys posted. I'm not going to go totally MIA. So I just want to, make video. I want to do this. I want to do this. I just got to figure out a way to be able to. What if I could win the lottery? All right. All right. Well, good night, Canada. Oh, Canada. Kind of don't want to get off it because also it's kind of nice chatting with you guys. All I've been hearing is like customers wanting meals today. And they, for the most part, have been nice, but you know. Thank you guys. All right. Well, then, if I don't have another video, maybe I'll have another live stream just to keep you guys in the know, let you know what's going on. I appreciate the prayers. They are highly appreciated. Yeah. So I'll see what I can do. Hopefully, I'll have some good news and something new before spooky season. I really would like to do stuff for spooky season. All right. Thank you. Yes, I do have my interview tomorrow morning. Yes, pray for me. Pray for me for my interview. Because it sounds like a much better deal than what I'm currently working at right now. Alrighty. Alright. I think everybody's almost done. Shadow of the Vampire. I'll add that to the list. Yeah, keep leaving all of your suggestions. You know, you guys, I appreciate that. And like I said, I may have a list of like 60 movies, but it's never enough. All right, for real this time. I'm going to sign off. Maybe watch a documentary before I go to bed. And let you guys know what goes on. All right? And we'll add that too. Oh, yeah, that movie. B-dubs. That's right. Yeah, I need to see that one. And we need to watch Nosferatu as well. Both the original and the remake. All right. Good night, guys. And I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye.